Media mogul Ted Turner has died at the age of 87. Ted Turner didn't just change television, he changed how the world experienced history in real time. From Atlanta to newsrooms around the world, his impact on television, sports, and media can still be felt today. Ted Turner was larger than life, a media mogul, master promoter, and visionary who changed television news.
I don't know how to quit. It's not in my genes.
Born in Cincinnati in 1938, Turner took over his father's billboard company at the age of 24 after his father died by suicide. But his ambitions quickly stretched far beyond billboards. When he wasn't working, he turned to sailing, winning the sport's top race, the America's Cup. He bought a struggling UHF television station in Atlanta and transformed it into America's first superstation. Then came the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Hawks.
He had a very good way of making people overachieve.
Bob Hope was 24 years old when he became the public relations director of the Braves and worked side by side with Turner.
His outrageousness was a lot of what made everything he did, whether it was TV, whether it was owning the Braves, owning the Hawks, all of that bigger than life.
The Atlanta Braves.
Turner's unconventional style helped turn the Braves into America's team. The biggest gamble came in 1980, launching CNN, the world's first 24-hour news channel.
I dedicate the news channel for America, the cable news network.
Turner's personality was as famous as his business empire. Months ago, we sat down with actress Jane Fonda, his former wife, who joked she knew more about Atlanta than Ted did.
I think I know the state better than Ted did.
Behind the bravado was a man who became one of the world's most high-profile philanthropists, donating $1 billion to the United Nations and launching initiatives focused on global peace, nuclear security, and the environment.
I'm no poorer than I was 9 months ago, and the world is a lot better off.
In his later years, Turner stepped away from public life after revealing he had Lewy body dementia. Hope says he saw Turner just months ago. And while Turner could no longer remember the young Braves publicist and later friend, Hope still saw the larger-than-life presence that helped reshape Atlanta and revolutionize television news.
What I would hope is that people remember the legacy of someone who got them to a place that's much further ahead than the world would be if he hadn't been around.
He will be missed. You can read more on Ted Turner's vast career and impact on the CBS News app.